We love hip hop.
That's recording. Let's get this camera 2 rolling. And then we'll start with a little conversation here. Because you wanted to talk a little bit about, and we're recording, by the way, people getting shortchanged in the game.
Yep.
I'll tell you something quick, fast. I used to be a rapper. Catch me on Spotify. And once upon a time, I thought like $1,000 a verse would be something good. You're telling me people are low changing for $500?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
A lot of people, it's so crazy. Like they will come to you and be like, oh, how much, how much is it to get you on a feature? How much is it to book you or whatever? And then you give them a price and you don't hear from them again.
What do you mean?
So it's just like, oh, did you expect me to say something lower?
So what do you think is the standard price right now that an artist should be getting per verse? On the come up.
On the come up, I would say, when you say on the come up, they already did a couple things for themselves.
Yeah, music videos popping, got a good social media presence.
At least a rack. I think so.
Yeah.
At least a rack, 1,500.
I could live with that. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me that they're not doing a rack for Tia Banks? What the fuck? Fam, don't be telling me this, eh?
Listen. I'm not changing my price. My price went up, and it's just like, if you can't meet my price, then I look at it like how a business, they will set their price and they know that whoever is not trying to buy their product, that's not their target audience. Right. That's not their target consumers. The people that are their target consumers are the ones that are willing to pay money and might even think, oh my God, that's it.
Listen.
That's how I know that there's going to be some artist or some promoter or somebody out there that's going to be like, that's all you're charging? I got that. You're blessed.
Well, you know what Fat Joe says, right? Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Not today's price. Exactly.
Yo, let's get it popping, yo.
It's time to smack a nigga still. Attitude the way it is, because I'm a fucking big deal.
It's going down, yo. Holy. I like to start with a little conversation in the beginning, but we back at it. It's your boy Friday Ricky Dread, here with another interview for your head top. And before I get into it, big salute to our sponsors, Astro Pink. If you know, you know. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com, or on their Instagram page, the real Instagram page, Astro_Pink. Sane. But listen, I feel like this has been a retry and a retry and a retry of retries, yo. We're on our, I think, 4th try of getting this conversation happening.
Really?
I think so, fam. We've been trying to get an interview popping for a year, fam. Maybe longer.
You know what? I know there was one other time, and I honestly don't know what happened. Don't know what happened.
Well, listen, no worries about that. I'm glad to have you here now. So for the people in the viewing audience who are seeing this lady here who has been burning up the whole scene with the bars and the tunes, we have Tia Banks in the mother effing building. Air horns coming.
Big bang shit.
So what's going on, yo? Talk to me. How was your 2022 been? If you could describe it in one word.
Movie,
eh?
Movie.
Bow.
Movie.
Yeah, you've had some super highlights. One thing I really want to talk to you about quick fast also is the Rolling Loud experience. You know what I'm saying? You got to touch that Rolling Loud stage.
Listen. This is what I wanted to talk to you about.
Talk to me.
I remember seeing, you guys dropped a video about everybody that was on the list that made it on the list, and you were even saying how you guys were talking about prices, how much people made, or how much everyone was gonna get paid.
Okay.
And you guys brought on my name and said somebody like me is getting $500 or something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
We're getting full circle into this $500 moment now.
Yeah, what's up with that? Come on. I feel like, why does that even matter? it's not always about the money when it's like an opportunity like that.
Yeah.
You know, you should just be like happy that like a lot of artists made it on the big stage. Like that's like a whole other like, okay, now I have like a bunch of new supporters that I can gain. That's like a whole other platform.
Well, listen, I didn't mean to offend in any type of way. I'll start by that. You know what I'm saying? And I'll apologize if I did. But I just feel like I've done a lot of shows in my day. I've done a lot of them for free. So it's I understand the game. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, the experience itself. How was it, you know, you're getting up on the stage and you're seeing like an ocean of people, fam.
It was a surreal moment. I was just like...
And you don't got to hold the mic. You're good.
To this day, I still can't even process my experience, like from start to finish, from like even getting prepared and knowing, oh, today's my day, like I'm gonna be on this stage, and then getting there in the like being in what's my dressing room, being in my dressing room with my team. It was crazy seeing the other artists that were like our neighbors, that they were prepping to get on stage, and then when it was time for us to go on stage, it was just like, whoa, I'm really here? I'm on this stage right now?
Movie.
Yeah, movie.
Yeah. And even with that experience, right, a couple of questions pop into my brain. One, who did you get to meet backstage who you were like, holy, I'm meeting this person?
So I got to meet...
that you were super excited, like kind of crushed.
Who did I get? Oh, like in general?
Yeah. Remember, there's bare stars in town that weekend. Maybe a little Roddy Ricch.
Oh my gosh. Who did I get to meet? I feel like I said, like my brain, it still hasn't processed everything. But like I met like a couple of the Toronto rappers.
A.R. Paisley.
Oh yes, A.R. Paisley.
Salute to A.R. Paisley, yeah.
TV Gucci, yes. Oh my, and they were my next door neighbors. A.R. Paisley, TV Gucci. And there was like one other person. I hate that the names aren't coming to my head right now.
Well, no worries about that.
I hate that.
What about even from that experience, right? Because like I feel like that was a great opportunity for a lot of Toronto rappers. And I feel that it's something that should have been extended past that moment. Did you like find different ways of moving past that moment and getting some opportunities from it? Like were different links coming in from that?
Oh yeah, I was able to like get links for like more interviews and more shows, and even like another club hosting.
Nice.
It was more like the supporters for me. Like, you know, I like being able to know that I can gain new listeners, no matter the crowd, no matter like the festival, no matter the show. I'm always able, even if it's like 5 new listeners or 5 new followers, it does a lot for me.
Yeah. And not only that, like you've had a great year because you popped up on the Manifesto stage as well.
Yeah.
And Manifesto is like a historic thing that goes down in this city. It's like a big deal to grace those stages. It's like a rite of passage. You know what I'm saying? So how did you link that up, and then the feeling once you got on the stage?
So my manager actually got the show got me on Manifesto. And honestly, just to be a part of that was like a really great experience. And let me tell you why it meant so much to me. Because before I performed on that stage, I watched Nicki Minaj, Drake, and Lil Wayne perform on that stage.
Yes.
And in my head, as I'm in the Young Money reunion concert, as I'm there, I keep thinking in my head, this is the stage I'm going to be on.
Yeah.
In a couple of days. Literally this week. And I'm watching Nicki on the stage right now. Oh, no. No.
Yeah, that's a legendary stage.
And I love Nicki Minaj. So just being able to watch somebody that I look up to in rap and music, and knowing that, oh my God, I'm going to be on the same stages as her. It just like, it really motivates you. Like, yo, you're meant to be here.
Yeah. And even with the, some of the highlights of the year, I'm going to keep on giving you your flowers and your highlights, okay? How did it feel when you seen, and I'm going to make sure I pronounce homie's name right, Quetta Man from Much Music.
Oh, Quay. Oh, Quay's my dogs. I've known him for like a long while.
Really? Because like, yo, fam, like you're mentioning you on the Much Music page and stuff like that. Like, you're popping up all over the place.
Yeah,
fam.
it's all love with him. Honestly, I even got to see him at the Juno brunch, and it was a great vibe. You know, these are really great people, and these are like the people that you would love to like have a part of your journey too.
Mm-hmm. So you said Juno brunch.
Yes.
What's going on with that? Are you like applying for Juno Awards to make sure that you're in submissions and all that type of stuff too?
Not this year, but hopefully next year we'll get to apply.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a part of the experience last year being at the Juno brunch, and you know, it was so great. I got to meet Cardinal Official, Maestro Fresh West, Keisha, like. You're seeing a lot of artists that were before you, and it really makes you think like, oh my God, I'm in a room full of like OGs, legends in the city.
Yeah, no, definitely.
These are just like, I feel like these are always confirmations and reminders and motivation for me. So,
well, you know, you're a young legend in the making. You know what I'm saying? And you were in LA last year, May.
Yes.
Wow, what was that experience like?
Honestly, every time I get to go to LA, it's always like a surreal moment too. Yeah. I've never been to LA. Like before 2021, I've never been to LA. And 2021 was my first time. And I got to go to Paramount Studios. Okay. As a big studio, you literally can meet anybody in that studio. And I actually got to sit down face to face with like Grammy writers and Grammy producers. And it was crazy. I'm like, wow, this is how quick you can like get connected to people.
Yeah.
I really wish Toronto was like that. Like you just walk in the studio and then you like see a couple of well-known Toronto producers and well-known Toronto rappers and then just start cooking up, start working. Because that's literally how the vibe is in LA. Like you can walk in a room and just make a song.
Yeah, yeah. Also, when it comes to LA, and I don't want to get started because I get on a rant when it that type of stuff. There's a ceiling over here. So I'm glad that you're in the States, you're doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? And making moves over there. Yeah. All right. Let's go back a little bit though. Right? You grew up in Scarborough.
Yes.
Right? So through my research, I hear, Scarborough, but I didn't get to hear what part of Scarborough. It's important for the Toronto audience. Scarborough's just not enough for us. You know what I'm saying? So what ends exactly?
I'm from Galloway.
Okay.
Big G-way, big the way, the only way. And I'm shouted out Galloway in my track.
Yo, fam, the hair just went up on the back of my neck right there. Jeez. So life growing up in the G-way, right? Because I'm familiar with the area, right? And that's an area that pops up in documentaries and all types of shit, right?
Yeah.
What was life like for you growing up over there?
It's honestly like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's like the East End is like it's struggling. Like like you're living the hard knock life, but you're like trying to make the most of it. Like you like literally cop cars be in and out. You're always hearing the sirens, wondering, yo, what happened? Who's gonna? You just even become numb to it. Like like when you hear the cop cars, you're not even like really checking like that. So, it wasn't the first place I ever recorded my first song, but the Boys and Girls Club in Galloway was definitely my main studio. Okay. As I was going through high school and stuff, I would always go down there, and believe it or not, like that's where I met Velo.
Okay, so to Velo.
That's what I'm saying. So that was a little period where I walked into a studio and it was like, okay. And at the time, we was just some young niggas. Or young kids. I'm not a nigga. But we were some young kids just like cooking up, like making bangers and stuff like that. And we just like, yo, we knew we wanted to be rappers. Yeah. We knew we wanted to like really do this for real. So.
And what about the household? Did you have like a full household? Was it you, Mom Dukes, Pop Dukes was there?
Just me and my mom.
Are you an only child?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Me too.
Only child gang.
Only child gang.
I mean, at one point, my dad was in the picture, but my dad passed away, so it
R.I.P.
ended up being my mom. So
So as an only child, there's like we know how to occupy ourselves.
Yep.
How did you occupy yourselves dolo? You're like, when you're a kid? Like, what was your imagination space, your thing that you did?
I watched a lot of shows, and I read a lot of, like, not books, but fan fiction stories as a kid.
Interesting.
And also back then, I used to search lyrics on YouTube like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So when Nicki came out, I knew every lyric.
Yeah.
Every lyric, I would go, and that's kind of what, like, you know, my friend at the time, I used to rap Nicki all the time, like walking home from school. I would like rap a new Nicki song. She'd be like, girl, you should, we in middle school. She's like, girl, you should be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, me a rapper? No, I just like Nicki.
Yeah.
So that's what I did to occupy myself until I discovered writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I only discovered writing because I wasn't a kid that always like spoke up for myself. I never always like said how I felt. And my mom always used to tell me, if you can't say how you feel, just write it.
Yeah.
So I would just get like a pencil and a paper and start writing down my feelings. But because I was into fan fiction too, I kind of like tried to make like a story out of my feelings. And then I'm like, but I want to make it rhyme too.
Mm-hmm.
So everything just started like playing out in its own way.
So did it start as a rap, or did it start like more of a poetry thing that evolved into rap?
I was just writing. Didn't even like, I would just write a bunch of shit and put it in the corner. And I never looked at them again. Like I would like, you know, like this will be, but I'm not taking myself serious at age 12.
Yeah,
Remember, I know I like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like my escape. So, you know, but it was when I got to high school and I'm like, I have a couple of shit in my head. Like I saw niggas doing ciphers. So I'm like, let me spit some.
Yeah.
And I spit and everybody was like, whoa, what? Tia, you're going crazy. You're going crazy. Like they were all hailing me up, hyping me up. And I was like, that's when I'm telling you literally, like a good amount of like the students in my school were telling me, yo, go to the studio or I'm dragging you to the studio. Mans knew my potential before I even knew my potential.
Yeah. And listen, fam, even the way that you burnt down the booth just for the TRLF show just now, you murked that. Like, yo, you see me. I was like, had the Holy Ghost going on through me. You know what I'm saying? I was going crazy. But okay, even like with the dynamic at home and stuff like that, right? Yeah. You and Mom Dukes, like, how was that dynamic? Like, two women in the house together. Like, was there like clashing heads sometimes? Was it chill? Shout out to our sponsors, Astro Pink, always coming with that loud. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com, or you can hit them up on Instagram at astro_pink. If you know, you know.
Definitely clashing of the heads. I mean, it's true what they say, like moms and daughters are like always bickering and battering.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it wasn't like that. I really wish it wasn't like that. But, you know, now that I'm older, like, I was kind of, you know, turning into the homie a little bit. Yeah. But, like, back then, it was a lot of fights.
Did, you know, with the area being, you know, so notorious for being crime-riddled and everything like that, how did you stay out of the bullshit, or did you stay out of the bullshit?
I told you we all went to the Boys and Girls Club. That's how we stayed out of trouble.
That's how you stayed out of it?
We stayed out of trouble going to the Boys and Girls Club.
Listen, fam, not to interrupt you, but there's a lot of people in the Boys and Girls Club that are on some fuckery, eh? Don't do that.
Well, I stayed in the Boys and Girls Club. I'm like, once I realized I'm taking music serious, I'm like, I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm going to be at the studio in the booth. If y'all want to come, cook up, whatever, I'm going to be in the studio.
That's blessed. I like that. And you know, you started rapping more seriously like 2014, you would say, right?
2014. Was that grade 10? Whatever year, I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I started, that's when I dropped my first song.
So before the first song, was that the first one that you were like super confident in, or just the first one, period?
That's the first song, period.
Interesting.
I wrote it and I'm like, yo, I want to drop this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had like a connection with this producer. So I had like hit him up because I knew that he was like engineering. I'm like, you know, I have this song that I want to record. And he even helped me along the way too. He was just like, yo, like I got you. He ended up being like, before the Boys and Girls Club, like I said, like he wasn't, the Boys and Girls Club wasn't the first like studio I ever went to.
Yeah.
I got to record with him, and then he helped me push my first song.
Okay. And, you mentioned Nicki Minaj, right?
Yeah.
So you're Barb, right? Barb Jace. Let's say Barb Jace. You know what I'm saying? You're not completely into bars, but you're aligned with them. You're close with them.
I'm a Barb.
Okay.
But I'm not going to antagonize people.
Let's leave the Barbs alone. We won't wake them up.
I love the Barbs, though. I lived through them. I'm not doing it. I lived through them, though.
Well, besides Nicki Minaj, there's a couple of other names that I'm going to throw at you. Mm-hmm. Beyonce and Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Talk to me about those names and what happens when you hear those names. How did they inspire you?
Listen, Beyonce is it. Beyonce is multi-talented. She's a performer. She's a hit maker. And she's a well-rounded artist. Like, how can you not look at Beyonce and not be fascinated and amazed by her artistry?
Yeah.
She overperforms, if anything. Like, did you see her performance in Dubai?
I did not, but I heard she got a stupid bag for it.
Bro. The ending, like when she was closing with Drunken Love, chills, shivers. You'll see, if you didn't see it, it's literally everywhere. But Beyonce really is worth every $1 million she got.
All 25 mil for that night, right?
25 mil. Yeah. It could have been a 5-minute set. She still deserved that.
Yeah. And what about Ariana Grande?
Ariana Grande, she's a Cancer like me, so like I feel like
me too. Cancer gang. Yeah.
What month?
July.
July what?
9th. I'm a real Cancer gang in the middle.
I'm July 3rd. What is okay?
We out here, yo.
Okay, we can part. Yeah. Shout out to the Cancers if you a Cancer watching this. Yeah. But yeah, Ariana Grande, she's a Cancer, and I feel like she's the voice of Cancers. She always puts like how I feel into her music. I'm like, yo, girl, did you make this for me? Because I be connected so deeply to her songs.
Yeah. That emotional stuff.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
And I don't like to listen to sad songs. I really don't.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put on Ariana Grande and Jhené Aiko, but Ariana Grande.
So what about Slim Shady?
Slim Shady. I don't know. I just really love Eminem. I love his wordplay. I love his punchlines. I love his metaphors. He is insane. His flow is insane. And I love him on 8 Mile, and I've been begging for them to make a number 2 of that for years.
Yeah. What's your writing process like when you're in the studio? Are you going in there pre-prepared, or are you in there building while you're just listening to the beats and stuff?
I'm always prepared before a studio session.
Okay.
But I'm the type of artist that even if I'm prepared, I could still change some things around. Even like, like be like, oh, let's take that out, and I'll like maybe try to freestyle something really quickly, think of something and like, lay it down. But yeah.
Yeah. One thing, it's kind of a sticky question. Okay. We were supposed to do the interview last time, fam.
Yeah.
And you never popped up. But I feel like some things changed behind the scenes. Did they or not? With you, business-wise and everything?
Oh, every time you say last time, I keep thinking about like the
no.
Earlier this month,
we spoke with a dope rapper, and he dropped some bars as well. Salute to Seiko. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Seiko.
Right, and you all were supposed to show up together, but then that never happened, fam.
Listen, it be some shady stuff that happens, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Well, listen, the business can get a little bit shady. You know what I'm saying? Give me some things as we brought into conversation, right? Like, I know a lot of times when it comes to women rapping, there's always the ghostwriting stuff that comes up, right?
Yeah.
To me, when you were spitting those bars in there, that clearly is stuff that comes from the chest. That's you. You know what I'm saying? I've asked this before. Why do we think that women get accused of ghostwriting all the time? Or having ghostwriters? Because
men can't believe a woman could be that sick at rapping. They don't want to believe, she came up with those bars?
Yeah.
Some nigga wrote it for her. But I grew up watching battle rap as well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the rappers I listen to. I listen to 50 Cent. I listen to Eminem. I listen to Jay-Z. Of course.
Yeah.
I study the formula. I study the grades. Like, who I want to be like, with from their flow to their delivery to their sneaky little punchline. That, you know, the bars that make you really think. Those are my favorite.
And you know, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because there's a lot of people who I don't think feel that women are just consuming hip hop like that. They think that you only listen to girly hip hop or something.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I love gangster raps.
Yeah.
Gangster rap all the way.
No, fam. I'm glad that you broke that down. And there was another thing that it's funny because I don't get to ask the men rappers this, right? But I do sometimes ask them this, right? The DMs.
Oh God.
Okay? I know the DMs can get a little bit crazy with women, period. But you're a rapper.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to fix the mic while you answer that question.
Okay.
Just give me a second. You're a rapper. What does a male groupie look like? Like, how does a male groupie represent themselves as?
Oh God. Male groupies to me are guys that are just like willing to do anything to be around you. Like, they're gonna do everything for you. They're gonna send you money. They're gonna, you know, take you out all these places. It's like tricking, basically.
So when you get these male groupies and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing that somebody's ever sent you in the DMs? Like, yo, Tia Banks, blah, blah, blah.
Men send me dick pictures and tell me they want to eat my ass.
Oh my gosh.
Stuff like that. So honestly, I feel like I'm numb to the crazy. Nothing seems crazy to me because I feel like I've seen it all with men, like what they're willing to do to get me and what they're willing to, like, the things that they will say just so I can conversate, like reply back. I feel like sometimes niggas like say like crazy shit in hopes I might respond to that, like, what the hell, you're a sicko or something, so they could be like, nah, chill, you know. Yeah. But I just look at the message and I'm like, yeah, you need therapy.
Listen, it gets kind of spooky out there. Mm-hmm. And even with women in the rap game,
yeah,
there's that whole guys doing the quote unquote Me Too type shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, so for example, hey, let me make some beats for you, or yo, come, you know, let me book some studio time. You got it for free. But then when you pull up, they're like, but, and then they come with the bullshit. Yeah. Have you ever had to deal with it? And if so, how do you deal with it?
I actually haven't been in a situation like that yet. Mm-hmm. Because I actually like having people in the studio with me. I make sure my manager even be in my studio session. So, and I only record with trusted people.
Nice.
Unless like I'm in LA, but either way, when I'm in LA, my team has been present with me.
Yeah.
So I'm never really alone in the studio where anyone could take advantage of me or ever try that, like, oh, da. But how I would handle it is like respectfully. I'm going to let them know, like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, if you don't want to work, which is very disgusting to me because it's just like, how do you see an artist, a female artist, and just want to, like, do sexual things with her? You're not thinking in your head, okay, let's actually work, especially if she's dope. Like, why do you always have to sexualize a female artist?
Listen, it's a male-oriented game or male-dominated game, right? I mean, so... you know, you're going to get a lot of the bullshit when it comes to the boys club. I'm not saying it's right, but it's just something that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I've noticed it, but it's just like, when I think about it, it's like, you guys aren't serious. Like,
yeah, you
guys aren't serious.
Yeah. And you're definitely serious about your craft. I've been seeing you pop up all over the place online. Like, you've definitely been putting in the work, right? But, you know, as you go in this game and you start to travel in your journey, what's the big picture for Tia Banks? Like, what do you see, like, when you get to like a certain level where your bank account is sitting on, let's say, 100 mil, maybe 200 mil? What are all the things that you're going to be doing at that time when you're on that mountaintop?
When I'm on that mountaintop, you already know I'm going to be investing, starting businesses, or even investing in businesses, making sure my family, my loved ones, everybody around me is straight.
Yeah.
Help them start up their businesses. I'm sorry. I just want everybody to be good.
But besides that, though,
I just want everybody to be good.
What are the things that you're doing? Like, obviously you're going to be rapping because that's what you're doing now, right? And, you know, have a few platinum records and all that.
Oh.
But what other things do you think that you'll be there at that 100 million thing? Like, Is it only rapping that you want to do to get you there?
Oh no, I want to act too. I want to act. I'm trying to get to the top where I can tell 50, yo, put me in the next Power episode.
Yeah. Some of his new series, you know what I'm saying? Make you the star of that.
Yeah. A Netflix show based around my life. I would love that.
And what about even with your sense of style? Like, you know, you're trying to get into doing the fashion as well, too?
Yeah, I'm trying to get into fashion. I would love to have my own line, have my own clothing brand. And, you know, when I get better at doing makeup, you know. But I'm more into skincare products, too. So I definitely love to have, like, a organic skincare, like, natural skincare products.
That's dope. And last couple of questions I have for you here. Like, you know, as somebody who's been doing this music, not for super long, but for a long enough while now, right?
Yeah.
What's one of the biggest struggles you see, like being in entertainment or just being a rapper?
The biggest struggle before, to me personally, was like being able to be consistent. I noticed like that's like a lot of rappers, like hardest obstacle is being consistent, being able to constantly drop. Shout out to the people that always get to drop. You know, times get tough. A lot of things can conflict with your consistency. Like you could go broke, you could have a down bad, you could have family situations, you could have like life threatening situations. So that's always been in the past, that's always been an issue for me, like being able to consistently drop, especially music videos. And like I never got to drop a project. So it was like, oh my gosh, you know, I felt like I was behind back then, but now, you know, things started picking up. So
now the momentum's rolling.
Yeah, now the momentum's rolling.
Yeah. And with that momentum rolling now, what do you have planned, like moving ahead, like let's say in the 6-month trajectory? You know what I'm saying? Oh,
we got a couple of music videos on the way and a project. We gonna have a project come out.
Okay. Okay. A full project with some features and stuff like that?
Yep.
Okay.
And trying to do more shows, especially this summer, we got to go crazy.
Yeah. Nah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, Yo, Tia, I think that we got a good, concise piece of Tia Banks' knowledge right now. And as you move forward into this world and continue to collect more data and more accolades, I need you to circle back and do an update with you know, your boy Friday Ricky Dredd.
You're my cancer bro now, so for sure.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Cancer gang, only child gang, like
only child gang.
Here.
Yeah, we out
Come
here.
On,
July
fam.
gang too, because you know there's June cancers.
They ain't the real ones. They're not the real cancers. We ain't gotta talk about them.
June cancer. Don't say that.
I'm sorry. Okay, give us your social medias, anywhere else where you want people to find you, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff.
So y'all can find me on socials at LILTIABANKS. That's my Twitter and my Instagram. And then my TikTok, you know, we turned it up on TikTok. LILTIABIGBANKS, Lil Tia Big Banks. And on YouTube is TIA Banks with a $.
Okay. Listen, thank you for having this conversation with me here. Before we get out of here, I also want to give a quick salute to my sponsors. You know, they keep me toasty. You know what I'm saying?
Do your thing.
Salute to the sponsors, Astro Pink. If you know, you know. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com, or on their Instagram page, astro_pink. Tia Banks in the building. I think I'm going to take us out here with this tune. I want to make sure I'm saying the name correctly. Leah?
Yes.
Okay. Right? It's called Usual, and it's featuring Tia Banks.
Big Bang.
Let's get it.
We love hip hop.